Okay, in this video, what I'm going to show you is how to wire your ESP8266 to your DC driver and also the DC driver to your motors down here. So once we're finished with this, we're going to be able to run the code that is preloaded onto your board here, and it should be able to move once we get the app going. And so that stuff will be on the next video. But for now, we will wire this up. All right. So first thing, let's attach our DC motors, which are connected to these red wires here, if you see there, okay, to the DC driver. All right, so we have two motors. We have this motor right here with these two wires, and then this motor right here. Okay, so this motor is going to be the right motor, and the right motor is going to be connected to motor A, the motor A terminals. Okay, so the two motor terminals are here, this one here and this one here, and we can look at the white writing here. It says motor right here. It says motor A. All right. Now the way this works is that you take your screwdriver and you loosen these screw terminals. Not all the way. If you take it out all the way, it's going to pop off, and then you got bigger issues. So just loosen it up a little bit. Okay. Again, it's not popping up. But you'll notice on here, these are kind of like garage door blast doors, like in Star Wars. They go up and down as you tighten or loosen these. Okay, so right now they're opened up a little bit. Then we're able to put these into where they need to go. So these two are the control the motor A terminal. So we're going to use our use these wires. Okay, and what we want to do is take the black one and put it into the furthest one to the left. Okay, so just make sure we get it into that hole and just slide it in. Okay, just slide in like so, and this black housing here will go right up against there, and then also the red one will go next to it. Okay, now they're going to be loose right now, okay, because we need to tighten it. So we loose. I'm going to hold these snug, and then I'm going to righty-tighty tighten these. Okay, and pull on them a little bit to make sure it's in there, and they are pretty snug. Okay, so my motor A is now connected. Now we're going to take my motor B, which is going to be my left car's left wheel here. Okay, and let's take the two wires out. And the way we want to connect it here is that we want to put the red one first. Okay, over here. So this is motor B. If you look carefully, it's going to say motor B there. I'm not sure if it's showing up on your camera there, but if you look closely, it's going to say motor B right here. All right, we're going to do the red one first right here, and it's not opening because I need to loosen it. So let's loosen. Okay, so then I'm going to go red first this time. Okay, and then I'm going to go the black wire second. All right, got my motor B wires in there, and I want to now tighten it so that they're nice and snug. That is the easy part. Okay, make sure you pull on it a little bit, make sure it's in there. Okay, so these are tight. Okay, motor A and motor B, those are good. Now the next thing we need to do is, you see these pins right here? These pins right here need to be connected over here. All right. In the notes there later, I'm going to add a schematic or wiring diagram so you're able to reference it. For now, I'm just going to go step by step, show you how to connect it. I'll also have future videos to talk to you more about the theory of what's actually going on here. But if I can imagine, some of you guys just want to get this car running. So let's just first wire it up and get it working, and then we'll learn more as we try to modify it and play more with the car. Okay, so let's just wire it up now. So we have six pins here, and these are pins here, and these are sockets over here. Okay, these black receptacles are sockets. So we're going to need some wires from this cable set here. We have sockets on one side and pins on one side. So we've got a lot of extra wires. The first thing we want to do is separate these in half. So we have a repeating color pattern. We go black, brown, blah, 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 all the way up to white. So I want you to just go like this, go black to white, and then let's just pull them apart, pull them in. Okay, these will probably, we might need these later, not in this video, but we'll just take the 1/2 for now. So I'll put that to the side. All right, now the thing with the wires, just so everyone we're on the same page here, it doesn't really, electrically all the wires are the same. The colors just help us keep track of what we're trying to do here, right? So I want you to use the same colors as me so everything stays in sync. All right. So now that this is connected here, let's go ahead and make some connections. All right. So let's select the furthest pin here, the one closest to the Uno board. Okay. That one there is A1B. If you look at the white writing there, may not be able to see it on my camera view, but if you look closely on yours, it says A1B. A1B. Okay. So let's go ahead and take 2 of these off. Okay. We're going to take white and gray and let's keep them together, okay? It's going to help us out later, just you'll see. So let's keep them together. If they fell apart and separated, it's okay, but I like to keep it together because it kind of help this stay clean here. Okay, so we have 2 pins that are going to connect, control the A motor, okay? It kind of makes sense, right? Because the A motor has 2 wires, black and red, and we're also going to have 2 pins that control those 2 wires. Again, I'll tell you more about the theory in future videos. Now let's just wire it up. So let's take our our white and gray here, and let's just stick it in next to each other. So it's A1B and A1A. Those are the 2 pin numbers. Let's stick them in. Okay, nice and clean. There's not too much going on, so it shouldn't be too bad. All right, so you got 1 gray, 1 white. All right, and then now the spikes, they need to go into these receptacles here. If you look on this, the writing here. Now the gray wire, the gray wire is going into D0. Okay, so if you look on the white writing here, it's going to be the 3rd one up. 1, 2, 3. Boom. D0. Now the white one is going to go into D1, which is right next to it. D1 is right next to it. Go ahead and do that. There. Okay. Okay, it's not too bad right now because there's not too much on the board. Maybe this view. Just trying to give you different views. D0 and D1. So gray into D0, white into D1. Okay. That's not too bad. Now going back to here, I want to take out, let's take out the black wire. So black, let's just pull it off, put it to the side. Okay, the next thing I want you to do is take a brown and a red pair and let's just keep them together. Brown and red, let's keep it together. Okay, now these are going to be used for our power, and they call it power and ground. It's basically the plus and minus of the battery. So the red will go into VCC, so that's just moving over, continuing over on our motor driver pins. The next one is VCC, and the one next to that is GND. So the red is going to go into VCC, and the brown into GND. There you go. Okay. Now that's going to give us power to our DC driver here board. Okay. Now the power is going to be supplied by the board here, and the board is going to get power from this right here. Okay, so let's take our red spike. This is going to go into, we got to look for 5V, which is 5 volts. If you look on this side here, you're going to see a 5V, and so we got to match it up, and it's going to go right here. Ooh, it's kind of got to stretch a little bit. I'm going to put it underneath the gray one. See that? I fed it underneath so I can get some more reach. Okay. Ooh, it's tight, but it's there. Okay, so you got to make sure it lines up. It's really easy to get it off by 1. Okay, if you look at it at the wrong angle. But this is the red is into 5V, and the brown is going to be into G and D, which is right next to that. Okay. Now this is getting a little bit of a stretch, longer than I like. If I wanted to, I could take this and move it toward this way, toward the board a little bit, or take the blue board and move it this way toward. Take the Uno board and move it closer to the driver board. But you know, it's a little tight, but it's good enough. Okay, but if you want to give it a little more slack here, you're welcome to do that. Okay, I'm just double checking here. Brown in the G and D, and the red into 5V. Okay, now to make sure I have it right, what I can do now is plug this in. This, I already put in batteries into this here, so you got to make sure you do that for you to do the test. But I'm going to plug it in and check it out. My board turns on. Okay, I got the blue light, and also I have a red light here. That means my power and ground, my power is connected correctly. If yours doesn't turn on, double check that you actually put batteries in here. Also this switch here. Okay, you can actually turn it off and on here. So if this switch is on the off position, even if you have batteries, you're not going to get power. Okay, so I'm going to disconnect this. Whenever we're doing wiring, we want to make sure we disconnect power. But I just wanted to check to make sure that I did my power and ground correctly. So cool, that's looking good. Now I got two more wires to connect. All right, so let's go with yellow and orange. All right, and let's keep them together as friends. And let's go ahead and stick in the yellow. As we keep moving forward, moving past here, there's B2A and B1A. So these two pins, the ones that are left, are used to control motor B. Okay, so let's stick it in. We'll do yellow on B2A and orange on B1A. Okay, we're almost there. We stick these two in and then we're good to go. Okay, B2A is yellow and orange is B1A. Okay, now B1A needs to go connect to D2. So we're going to do the orange one first. The orange wire to D2. That's going to be right here next to the white. Okay. You see that? Make sure everyone can see here. Right here next to the white one, orange into D2. And then the yellow is going to go into D3. Okay, I'm double checking. All right. So the way this works is that starting from D1, it should go starting at D0, it should go gray, white, orange, yellow, and they're all grouped together. Okay? And we're starting from the third one up. So double check. You're starting, you got 1, 2, those are empty, and the third one up you have gray. All right, over here on the driver's side, turn it this way, you got white, gray, red, brown, yellow, and orange. Okay, and all these pins should be filled up. Okay, there shouldn't be any pins with nothing on it. That's a good check. All right, power and ground over here. You should have turned it on to make sure. If you plugged in and you saw a red light here, that means that these two are connected correctly. And then let's do one more check on our motors here. All right, this motor wire here, this goes to the motor A slot, and it should go red, black. And then this motor here needs to connect to this motor B, and it should go red and then black. Okay, so going across we have black, red, red, black. All right, those are some checks for you. So if we wired everything up correctly, the cool thing is these things come with preloaded code, so then we should be able to just fire up our Android or iPhone app and test it out. Okay, so let's go ahead and try that out. That's going to be in the next video.